Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Happy Practice Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Sierra, and today I am joined by a very interesting individual, joined by Jordon Comstock. Welcome to the show.
What's up? Happy to be here, man.
You came a long way to be here.
A whole long way, all the way from Lehigh, Utah.
Yeah, you drove about, honestly, like we're in Lehigh as well, just for whoever's listening,
Yeah.
and the way they planned it, sometimes it takes an hour to drive from Lehigh to Lehigh.
Yeah, it was only 5 minutes for me, so we're good.
Oh, good, good. Well, for those of you that aren't familiar with Jordon, so Jordon is the founder and CEO of BoomCloud. BoomCloud exists to help dental practices create, organize, track, and automate a dental membership program as a strategy to reduce dependence on dental insurance, create recurring revenue, and increase patient loyalty and case acceptance. Now, Jordon started his career in the dental industry managing a dental lab over 15 years ago, and soon realized that the need for the industry to create memberships was pretty large. And he studied UX and UI design,
Yep.
web development, and marketing at the Art Institute of Salt Lake City. Jordon is crazy passionate about helping practices create recurring revenue and success in their practice. You've got a very impressive resume there. And I guess that leads into my first question. Before we get into the meat of the interview, you have a very diverse background. I want to talk a little bit about your origin story. So how did you get involved in the dental industry, and talk about all those touch points that led up to this?
Yeah, so dentistry has always been in my family, so it's in our blood, right? My grandpa bought a dental lab probably in the 1950s, and my dad took it over, and then I ran the dental lab for about 8 years. My mom's an office manager. So growing up, I remember my dad bringing home denture cases and working on the denture case in the garage. So dentistry has always been a part of my life growing up, and then as I, became an adult, started managing my dad's dental lab for about 8 years, and then been at BoomCloud for 8 years next month. So
8 years. That's like 30 in dental years.
yeah. Or in the tech industry, it's even longer, right?
I know. That's like 50 in dental/tech years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I love that your mom was an office manager, so you really got a firsthand experience of what the life looks like for somebody who's in a practice.
Yeah, she worked from home, so I heard every phone call she had with insurance companies. So it was very entertaining.
I mean, this is something that's very new and really exciting to a lot of people, and maybe not familiar to a lot of people
Sure.
that are listening to this. So can you give us an overview of how a patient membership program works, just like really high level?
Yeah, so super simple. Think Amazon Prime, but for your practice, where patients pay a monthly or yearly subscription fee to get access to certain benefits and discounts that you design as the practice owner or the office manager. So it's as simple as that. And some of the benefits when you create a membership program: you generate recurring revenue, you create patient loyalty, and you're able to attract more patients, because over 74 million Americans don't have dental insurance. So there's a large audience and potential customers for practices to attract those types of customers.
And what type of customer is that?
Yeah, usually they're small business owners who need some type of insurance, dental insurance like product, and their employees a lot of the times. Or they're 55 and up communities where they lose their dental benefits as they're getting ready to retire, or if they retired early. That's another cohort of the United States that need this type of program.
So let's talk about memberships in the revenue context.
Yeah,
Of the revenue cycle.
that's the fun part.
What are the revenue implications of a membership program?
Yeah, so when you launch a membership program, you are able to, as a practice owner, you generate predictable recurring revenue, which is the strongest benefit of launching a membership program. Well, let me take that back. It is strong, but members tend to buy more. Have you ever? I'm guessing you're part of Amazon Prime.
I was just on it last night.
See, so was I. Everyone's on it, right? When you became a member of Amazon Prime, did you notice that you started spending more with Amazon Prime or Amazon?
I just got, I was on an airline and they delayed my flight. They had to bump me to a flight that was 3 hours later, so they gave me a couple $100. and you can choose what kind of gift card you want. And I was like, well, I already know I'm going to spend $700 on Amazon, so I just chose that one.
Yeah, nice.
Had the airline foot the bill for it.
Yeah,
So
because you got
absolutely.
Prime and you get all these benefits, right? So we know that members buy more, right? The same concept is true when you go to Costco. You have to be a member of Costco, so you end up going to Costco and you spend more with them, right? So members typically buy more. So you generate predictable recurring revenue for your practice. You build a loyalty program where patients end up buying more within your practice, between 2 and 3 times more than a non-member, right? So those are the two core components. Is I'm going to generate recurring revenue. I'm going to get patients to commit with their wallets to my practice and buy more. And then it's a retention factor, right? If you go out of network, with a lot of practices are doing these days, and becoming fee-for-service, it is a loyalty mechanism to keep those patients loyal to your practice and let them feel like you care about them, even though you're not accepting their insurance, or if they're uninsured, right? That's the biggest piece. Is there's a lot of uninsured patients out there, and they need, a lot of the times they have the mindset of, well, I can't go to the dentist because I don't have insurance, which we all know that's false. You can go and get service anywhere, right? Whether you're in dentistry or whatever. If you need a service, you go get it, right? Just because you don't have insurance doesn't mean you can't go to the dentist, right? So activating that patient base, the already existing uninsured, is really powerful because of that mindset where they think, well, I can't go to the dentist because I don't have insurance. But if you have a membership program, you're like, oh, no insurance, no worries. You can come to our practice and get all these benefits and take care of your needs, right? So that's how, I guess, the financial impacts of a membership program, the areas where they focus. So predictable recurring revenue, expansion revenue through treatment, saying yes to more treatment, and loyalty.
So as a patient, how is this good for me?
Yeah, great question. So as a patient, it's the inverse, right? So as a patient, you want to have a preventative care program because the last thing you want is any type of perio issues, right? So preventative care, maintenance, convenience from a budget standpoint. So a monthly or yearly subscription to the dentist is very budget friendly to the patient, right? And then, of course, if they need treatment, they get discounts off of, let's say you need a crown and you're part of a membership program, you get a discount off of that crown for being a loyal member. So they get, it's convenient, preventative care, maintenance, and discounts off of treatment for a patient.
So it sounds like a win-win.
It's a major win-win, yeah. Where in most cases, today in the current model of dentistry, you got this insurance company, right? It's kind of in the middle between, you got the insurance, you got the practice, and you got the patient over here. They're kind of the middle of it, dictating what can happen between the relationship, right? And hurting the margins of the practice, but then also if a patient needs something, they're disincentivized to go and get it done, because often the patients say, well, I'll just do whatever my insurance covers. And we all know that insurance only covers roughly $1,500 a year in treatment. That's not a lot today. In fact, it hasn't changed since like the 1970s. So all insurance does to the patient is give them a temporary discount to the office. It's like a coupon, right? That doesn't really benefit the patient. It's like, oh, you can only get $1,500, but a crown costs $2,000, right? And you may need other treatment that go with that. So for the patient, it doesn't really make any sense anymore.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, it's here on the show, we bring in a diverse, we try and bring a lot of different viewpoints in, and I think you bring up a really good point that, it's so important for the practitioner to maintain that relationship with the patient, mm-hmm. which I think is how the healthcare market operated for a really long time. One of those parts of the relationship is there has to be success for the business, right? Because that's what enables the practice to grow.
Yeah.
You're somebody who works on membership programs, so you're really deeply involved in this. From your clients that you've worked with, what are some success stories that you've seen from them implementing membership programs, and what can you tell us about those stories?
Yeah, so some of the best stories, I mean, the top practices that we've helped have $1 million membership program, meaning in a year's time, they're generating $1 million in recurring revenue just from the membership fees, right? Those are some of our top practices, all the way to, practices that have maybe launched their membership program within the first 3 to 6 months. We're seeing anywhere from, 100 to 200 active patients on their membership program, which could, depending on the offering, can result in various amounts of predictable monthly recurring revenue. But our top practices that get it and scale it across their organization do really well from financially, but they continue to build great relationships with their patients as well. And some of the core attributes of a successful practice would be they want to market their membership program and their practice, right? So they do external marketing and internal marketing, right, to their existing uninsured patient base, to then get them to join the membership program, to turn that into a preventative care stream for the patient and a recurring revenue stream for the practice, right? So marketing is huge. You also want to train every one of your staff members to speak on a membership program and how it benefits the patient. The minute you get all your staff members talking and educating the patient, but then figuring out a way to incentivize your team members, maybe every patient that signs up to the membership program, the team member that signed them up, they get some type of bonus or reward or whatever you may be, whatever it may be. So those are some of the core attributes of why practices are successful, and then using a system to help them scale the membership program. So the $1 million membership program practices follow those 3 components of success.
Is there any one practice that comes to mind? I mean, obviously you don't have to name drop them.
Yeah.
Is there any one practice that comes to mind that you're like, oh yeah, this person had a really cool story?
Yeah, so Wood River Dental, Dr. Dan Nelson and Jared Hill, awesome guys over in Idaho. They launched their membership program. They wanted to cut out insurance and start reducing dependence on the PPOs in the industry. And they started implementing their membership program. Now they were only in contract with one PPO, and they have 40 grand of recurring revenue coming in from their membership program, which is around, I think they have around 800 active membership patients. And they continue to grow using internal marketing, external marketing. I know they use a communication software like you guys to get the word out and get their uninsured patients and their existing patients onto their membership plan. So that's the first story that comes to my mind.
What are some good ways that you've seen that practices have marketed this? What are their effective marketing strategies to get their patient membership programs out there?
I would say that's the biggest component of these plans, because it's an offering, right? All a membership plan is an offering, right? And we market offerings. So for internal marketing, you want to go into Weave, find your uninsured patients or your inactive patients, and you can send them campaigns, whether they're email or text campaigns. Send them a message, alerting them and educating them about the benefits of your membership program, and that they can come into the office without having insurance. One of the reasons why a patient may become inactive is because they may have lost their insurance and thought to themselves, well, I can't go to the doctor now, the dentist now, because I don't have insurance. So they often become inactive, and they go less to the dental office. They only go when it hurts, right? So if you can re-educate them and tell them, hey, you get these benefits by joining, preventative care maintenance is really important for your health, that type of messaging, it's really important that they do that to their internal and so your uninsured and your inactive patient base. The next thing is external marketing, right? So everything from SEO to Google search ads, making sure you either have a marketing agency that you work with, or if you have somebody in-house, making sure the marketing function of your practice is in operation. Then you can do SEO, PPC, which is Google search, and a couple other. We've had practices they've had a lot of success with direct mail marketing, sending an offer out to the 55 and up communities in their area and saying, hey, we know that you may not have insurance, but that's not a problem at our office. We have a membership program that's going to get you the preventative care and discounts off of X, Y, and Z services, right? And pulling that patient type in as well. So internal and external marketing are super important to launch a membership program with.
Well, and even you alluded to this, but imagine a practice has a pretty substantial list of people that are still in their system of record, but they may not have that PPO HMO element anymore. They
Yeah.
might be totally uninsured as
Yep.
far as dentistry goes. And if somebody's out there looking for a solution, sounds like it could be a viable solution for them for that practice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and go back on my first point to the market size. 74 million Americans don't have dental insurance, so they need some type of alternative solution to help them get the dental care that they need, right, within the practice. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm kind of obsessed with it.
As I would hope
Yeah,
you would be,
yeah.
if you're running BoomCloud.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
I love the passion and I love all the experience that you bring. I only have a couple other questions because
Yeah,
you've
you're
covered
good.
everything so thoroughly. What are some benefits that a practice should consider including in their membership program?
So just like part of the offering, what benefits do they offer the patients?
Yeah, benefits they offer the patient.
So there's a lot of different ways you can design a plan. The most common plan is the preventative care plan, which involves hygiene cleanings, exams, x-rays, and then maybe some Invisalign discounts and discounts off of restorative care, like dentures, crowns, all that stuff. You can do a perio maintenance plan that's beneficial for your perio patients. That give them better deals on the cleanings, and then if they need any type of restorative care, they get discounts, right? Then there's discount only membership plans where you charge the patient like a $20 a month fee, and they get a discount, like a 20% discount on cleanings and exams and everything, right? So the difference between the discount only plan and the preventative care plan is that the preventative care plan has some included exams, x-rays, things like that, where discount only is discounts off of those. So, and then we've got practices starting to do like Botox offerings, unlimited whitening subscriptions to their patients. So you get really creative with this. I've even seen like a denture maintenance membership program where they're helping their denture patients maintain their dentures. Right, it's a package that they pay for every month, or a yearly plan or a monthly plan. But yeah, those are some of the different ideas or options to offer your patient base.
Those are great ideas. You
Yeah.
can really cater it to your patient base and what their specific needs are.
Yeah, and then you can get down to like, hey, which plans are more profitable? The most profitable membership plan is a discount only membership plan, because you're not tying it to exams and cleanings. It's just a discount. It's an offering, right? And then I would say you can do an unlimited whitening plan, and Botox plans are really, really profitable as well. Some patients are paying like $150 to $200 a month just for Botox, and that's a hot thing right now in dentistry, where dentists are starting to do Botox to the patients, which makes sense because they're around these nerves.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure.
So.
What advice would you have for a practice that's putting together their first membership plan ever?
Yes. So several things here. So the first thing that I would do is make sure your team is on board and they get the benefit for the business, right? The second thing is make sure you're giving them a benefit to help grow your membership program. I've looked at our top most successful practices, including our $1 million membership program practices. All of them have some type of way that they reward or bonus their team members for helping them grow it. So a great example is this. If you were offering a membership program and you charged a $25 one-time enrollment fee and then charged $40 a month for the membership subscription per patient, you can take that $25 enrollment fee and say, hey, office manager or staff member, every time you sign up a patient, we're going to give you $15, right? $10 gift card at the end of the month. We'll give you a big gift card, and it's your bonus to go shopping or doing whatever with, right? So making sure that your team is educated on the benefits, both to the practice and the patient, but then also incentivizing them and making them win too. Because the practices that involve their teams and let their team members individually win, as the business win, you see really great growth with these types of membership programs. So that would be the first advice. And then making sure if you don't have a marketing component, you're not going to be successful with these membership programs. That's just the way it is, right? The longer I've seen this, if you're not operationally focused and marketing focused, meaning you're getting your staff on board and you're incentivizing them operationally, and you don't have a go-to-market plan.
Jordon, how can people find you in BoomCloud?
Yeah, so go to boomcloudapps.com. We have a lot of resources. I have several free books free ebooks that you can get, as well as recorded webinars that I've done that go into detail on launching these membership programs. So that's it.
Love it. Well, I love the energy and the passion that you bring. I really appreciate the new perspective. It's always refreshing to hear, hey, like, how are people in the industry doing things that are different? And so as we look to bring a variety of perspectives on, I really appreciate the perspective that you bring. And thank you to everybody who was watching and listening and otherwise participating in this show. And until next time, stay happy. Take care.